Hello again and welcome to another edition of This Week in Wabash. I'm your host, Wade Weaver from 1059 The Bash and 1059thebash.com. This week we're going to talk about the Little City Junior Golf Tournament. Listen for the details. Your juniors are going to want to go play in this pro-like tour. Also, we're going to talk with Bev Ferry about more of the things opening up and show you some pictures of things happening out there at the Senior Center. Carly joins us from Wabash Marketplace to tell us about tonight's First Friday. And Kyle May and Brian Howenstein will talk about Imagine 185. And where are the workers in Wabash County? Sit back and enjoy. Share this video as much as you can. Thanks for checking it out.
Hello everybody, I'm Rod Cole, assistant golf coach at Wabash High School with the girls, along with James Burns here today at Etna Acres Golf Course, home of the delicious cheeseburger. Don't miss it. We're talking about the Little City Golf Tour today for 2021. After a year off last summer, it's been reinvigorated this summer by James. He'll talk more about that here in a few minutes. But I'm going to give you a list of all the different events we have going on this summer. Our first event is here at Etna Acres on June 18th at 8 a.m. I believe all the start times are 8 a.m. So June 18th at Etna Acres, first one. Then June 24th over at Chippendale Golf Club, which is in Kokomo, south side of Kokomo. June 28th at Dyckman Park over in Logansport, Indiana. July 1st, hey, that's someone's birthday you might know. That's at the Peru Muni, 8 a.m. that day. July 7th at Honeywell Golf Course in beautiful Wabash, Indiana, right? July 12th at the Round Barn in Rochester. July 15th at the Tipton Golf Club. And July 22nd at Rock Hollow for the closing event of the summer. Now over to James for some more information.
We're super excited to take this over. Bob Nowling has run this tournament for years and years. Can't even tell you how many years. And it's a fantastic opportunity for junior golfers. That's individuals that are going to be in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade next year, as well as 2021 graduates. It's a fantastic opportunity for them to get out and play like they're on a real tour because we do have 8 different locations and tournaments. We're keeping Bob's setup, so we're going to have each of the matches be stroke play. The high school kids will play 18 holes, shotgun start, and the middle school kiddos will play 9-hole match, and they will also be shotgun start. We have $10 entry fees for each of the events, and you can play as many as you like. But we'd love to have you play in at least 5 to participate in something we're doing this year, and that is a tour trophy for points accumulated over the tour for people who play 5 or more matches. The goal is to get kids out playing and to support the game of golf. And help support these local golf courses.
So, James, I'm wondering just how does a student sign up for these events?
Well, the easiest way would be to contact your local golf course. They could have sign-up sheets, but you can also contact me at my email, which is burnsj, BURNSJ, at apaches.k12.in.us. And you can find that email on Wabash High School's website as well. We've got a QR code with a cool little sign-up form, and we'd love to have registrations done by June 14th. We will take day of registrations. We don't want to turn anyone away from playing golf, but if we have everybody signed up by June 14th, it really helps us out logistically.
So if my daughter wants to play into July 15th and we miss a deadline, she still could?
That's right. Just come on out. Awesome. It's $10 per tournament. And you can go old-fashioned, and you can email me. You could send me snail mail, rather, at 674 Manchester Avenue in Wabash, Indiana, 46992. And just send $10 per event in a check made out to James Burns and list what events you'd like to go to, and that'll get it done as well. So we really want to accommodate as many people. Our goal is to grow golf and support the golf courses.
Another question for you, James. So in addition to the kids playing that day, is there anything else going on for the kids to help them with their golf games?
Yeah, we're looking to have some little lessons each day. And so the goal is that each tournament we'll talk about something, some little piece of golf that isn't necessarily emphasized outside of, when you play on the weekends with your uncle or your aunt or somebody who introduced you to golf. And we also want to have some prizes for those people who win to kind of take some things away. And so we're going to have prizes for first, second, and third. And we're hoping that the lessons combined with some of those other prizes will really take it to the next level and get people feeling like it's a legitimate tour.
So this is a great opportunity for the kids of not just the Wabash County area, but Miami County, Huntington County, Grant County, all around. These kids need to get out and play. It's a really, really great time. Both my kids have played in them. I can attest that they had a good time doing it, and all you kids need to get out there and play.
Like, we really would appreciate June 14th signups. That way we can have everything planned logistically. However, we'll accept day of. Once again, we hope to see you this year at the 2021 Little City Golf Tour, where we can support young golfers and have a fantastic time. Bring your spectators, bring your fans, because this is supposed to be a great experience where you as a golfer get to live the life of a PGA Tour professional. Contact your local golf course or myself at burnsj@apaches.k12.in.us, and we'll see you out on the golf course.
We are back on This Week in Wabash and our weekly updates from Kyle May and the folks that are planning this mighty Wabash Rising. I like that graphic there, Kyle, that you gave me last week to use, or I might have stolen it from Facebook. Just reiterate real quick, and then we'll introduce Brian Howenstein in a second. Tell us what we're doing weekly here on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Wade. Really great to be back. So week by week here, we're really just trying to get out some of these key findings that we've developed here over the year. You know, taking a look at the county, what's going on, what's going right, what might not be going right, and just trying to share way I think kind of piecemeal everything that we're learning along the way. You know, we started off the journey last week just talking about that fundamental, which is population, and we learned last week that the arrow is pointing in the wrong direction. So I think what we want to do here over the coming weeks, Wade, is just kind of build out on, you know, what are the ramifications of that. And I want to end this, Wade, with a hopeful note about, you know, what can we do about it? Because there is a whole lot that these communities in this county can do about it.
All right, very good. Brian Howenstein there on the right side of your screen from Wabash Hardware and Rental. Brian, good to have you this week, my man.
Hey, thanks, Wade. Appreciate it. Hey, Kyle. Glad to see you.
We featured Brian, it's been about a year ago, as we were doing the start of This Week in Wabash. Brian, we've been doing this over a year. I'm pretty happy to say we've done it every Friday. So thank you for your work to help us out, get this thing rolling. Anyway, Kyle, tell us why Brian Howenstein is on our show this week.
Yeah, well, one, because he's a tremendous leader in your community. Two, he's a leader within our process, Imagine 185. Where he is the chair of our steering committee, our multidisciplinary steering committee. And number three, and perhaps underlined here, Brian runs a small business or medium business, however you want to call it, Brian, however you're feeling that day. But Brian has a special perspective on our topic this week, Wade, which is about, you know, labor force. You know, throughout the pandemic and post-pandemic, I think a lot of us have started to see this issue get underlined in the media about shortages within labor. But really, you know, that is a wave that has been growing for the last, I would say, decade, and in your community, really 2 decades. It's really coupled with this population question. It's also coupled with strong regional competition for skilled labor and labor writ large. But all these things compound and really come together to create a pretty major challenge for your employers, for your business startups, for your production manufacturing industries that seek to scale and grow within your community. So, Wade, this is a particularly big issue and one that I'm excited we get to talk a little bit about here today.
So, Brian, in the discussions with Imagine 185, I'm sure you know you've been in part of that, whether Zoom or in person. What do you add to that conversation? What have you personally been able to talk about?
As far as the, you know, if we go back to just the population, just, you know, we talk a lot about the decline of population, but there is so much more involved in that. We've learned and just an amazing amount of information, statistics that play into everything, right? So, but if you go back to what Kyle was talking about, just in labor, just in the labor force, everything's more difficult, right? Everything is harder. It's more difficult to get people. It's more difficult to retain people. It's just all across the board. And he's right. It's been going on for a while. I have a stable, as you know, Wade, you shop in my store. I've got a great stable staff of people. But when we grow, we need more people.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always wanted to know what your formula was or how you figure it out. I know you're very blessed because you have kept the same people over and over again. Been shopping in there for 20 years. and some of those people are still in there. So you've done a great job of retaining a lot of folks there. Any secrets you can tell us about?
I don't know if there's any secrets to it. I think it's, it comes down to just, I like to think that I treat my staff like family, care about them, care about their well-being, good environment, good working environment, fun. It is the retail business. It's a tough business, but it's just all about, pouring into the people that work for me and trying really hard to make sure that they know they're honored and respected in what they do. It's not just a job. I tell everybody that's my goal. I know it's a job, but I don't want you coming here thinking it's just, punching a clock. There's more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe in a future segment, Kyle will talk about small businesses helping small business. And I just got to send a shout out to Brian. We can't do the things that we do around here because we rely on small businesses without a guy like Brian Howenstein and Wabash Hardware. And I truly mean that, Brian. I do appreciate you a lot.
Thanks, Wade. We appreciate all that you do to push just to the local, right? It's all about that. It all comes full circle back to what we do here locally, that we shop in each other's businesses, that I do radio advertising, that I do this and do that, and that you come in my store. It's just that big circle of local love, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, I feel like singing an Elton John song just for some reason. Anyway, Kyle, let's talk about maybe perhaps some immediate solutions or what you guys are talking about as far as with the population dropping off, how can we get that workforce to come to our community and live here?
Yeah, that's the trick, right, Wade? And as you guys were talking there about local supporting local, a statistic that came to mind to me immediately is this 59% number, which 59% of the new jobs in your community are not coming from businesses getting bigger, but it's coming from businesses starting. So literally people starting businesses in Wabash County, that's where the 2/3 of your job growth is really seen. And that's really important. When we think about building a resilient workforce and building a resilient community, it starts, as you guys know, the way it originally started, which is people growing things out of the ground, expanding, doing what Brian does, taking care of his staff and letting them know that they're really part of a larger family. But we gotta be careful here, because I think some of these statistics are not very positive right now. I think they have a lot to do, Wade, with just demographics and age. So the two largest industries, in your county, there's really three. There's education and medical, agriculture and manufacturing. Well, in those last two, 30% of the workforce, 30% of the people that clock in are over the age of 55. So that's 1/3. So we can think about 10 years from now, what does that look like? There's a lot of liabilities baked into just the age of the workforce. And at the same time, from 2002 to today, the overall number of people that are participating in the labor force, so either employed or looking for employment, has decreased by almost 20%. So that's 6 times faster than the larger 11 county region. That's twice as fast as the population decline. So those are some numbers that we really need to understand. Because again, Wade, we talk about population being this canary, in the mine shaft, this tip of an iceberg. We really got to understand some of the ramifications that are baked into that decline as well. And the workforce numbers, they're not particularly pretty, Brian. And I think as you think about, your next generation of workers there, trying to get those good people, in is always a bit of a trick. So Wade, and I don't mean to be alarmist when I'm saying these things, but these are numbers that we need to know, I think, as a community and seek to bend the trend a little bit.
Yeah, I think Brian and I have both gone through this. I mean, I was working all Memorial Day weekend. I've never run a high school ball game on the radio since I was 17. And here I am owning the place, and I'm the only one that will do the game. So it's real. I mean, the younger folks just aren't out there for us right now. It's tough.
It's younger folks too, but I think that might be a little bit of it. We think about kind of this out migration thing about where people are choosing to move, especially young, college educated. Yeah, there's a little bit of that trend happening. But something else, Wade, that we're seeing in this, which may lead to some of the solution part of this, is that we got a lot of people that wake up in Wabash County but go to work somewhere way away. So this idea of the ultra commuter, people commuting 25, 50 miles one way, has increased tremendously over the last 10 years, especially. And I think that gets into some of our big regional trends, which is the 11 county region has also seen a decrease in its labor force. So the competition out there is intense. And with low gas prices and cheap housing here in the county, it makes sense sometimes to live here, but maybe not work here. But I think that also, Wade, speaks some opportunity, because when you got about 2,000 people that are choosing to commute significant distances, I'm betting that deep down they probably don't want to do that, so there's opportunity baked in there.
Yeah, see, last week on the show, we discussed the other side of that, where we need people to move here. They can work wherever they want, but we need them to work. I mean, it's just back and forth. It's a struggle either way.
No doubt. And they're all it's all part of building out that virtuous cycle, though, right? And I think we start, Wade, with population, because that's one of the biggest drivers.
Yeah.
Just getting the inputs can help add to so many of these solutions. So whether it's guys covering ball games, which I'd be happy to do that, Wade. That sounds like a good time.
Come on down, man.
Exactly. People working the aisles for Brian. All those things really rely on human beings being there, able, and willing.
That chart that we're showing there above my head is a full front page on the paper of Wabash this week. Great article, all that information if you want to read up on this as we go through the next few weeks. Brian Howenstein, I appreciate you coming on this week. Anything else you'd like to add to this conversation? Did he freeze? All right. He's just staring at us. That's good. Kyle, would you like to add anything else?
No, Wade, just another thank you, and really looking forward to continuing this. I think next week, with your permission, of course, I'd like to get into some things around housing, because you all have some other issues in that particular area, and I think some more hopeful opportunities as well. And obviously want to put the plug out there for the Imagine 185 Growth Summit. Really looking forward to a major public event. Going to dig into some of these issues, Wade, but really going to focus on solutions and where we're headed here in the future of these communities. So July 14th, it's up there on the screen. Imagine185.org is the space to learn more about that event, and also now to also register.
Very good. Yes, Kyle, thank you for that. And that Imagine 185 Growth Summit sounds like it's going to be a spectacular day, and we're hoping to have a big turnout, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone is invited. Going to be a great time. Local music, great food trucks, great venue, just a positive event. Looking forward to gathering as many mighty ideas as we can to help bend the arc of this trend and build very, very strong communities, resilient communities across Wabash County.
Brian Howenstein again, Wabash Hardware. Anything else you'd like to add to the conversation, brother?
No, well, I apologize. Technology's awesome. 99% of the time we've experienced this with Zoom, right? Yeah. All of us have at one point or another, things die. So I apologize. I'm actually sitting in my truck, so something went south. But I guess, and I don't know where you guys went from there, but I do think that we have a phenomenal community. We have fantastic people, but we need people to open our businesses, right, Wade? We talked about that. We need those people to turn the key every morning. I need people to help me grow. You need people to help you grow. So we're just really committed 100% to helping this process and taking the findings from Kyle's team and really pushing this into our community and just all the things that we can do to better Wabash County. That's what this is all about. It's about making it, we all know, we live here. It's a great place to live, but we want to make it just first class and people just are driving to get here. So really that's it. I think that's the crux of the message anyways.
Thanks, Brian, for your part in helping out with this Imagine 185 Growth. Kyle, thanks again. We'll talk to you again next week on This Week in Wabash.
Great. Thanks, Wade.
More coming up. Yep.
Thanks, Wade. Yeah.
guys, and tonight is June's first Friday in downtown Wabash from 5 to 8 p.m. The theme is Paint the Plow, so bring the kiddos and let them have fun on Miami Street painting the street department's winter plows. It might look like I'm in a different location, and that's because Wabash Marketplace has moved. We are now in the Wabash Landing building on 189 Miami Street, so come and take a tour of our new space tonight in downtown Wabash. We'll be here for you to come check us out. There's going to be a lot of fun on Miami Street tonight. The Wabash Street Department will have their plows parked out on Miami Street for the kiddos to come paint, and New Song Church will have free snow cones and a bounce house. New Journey Church will have a spin the wheel for your chance to win prizes and free snacks. The Arc of Wabash County will have a community booth. They'll have a popcorn and baked goods fundraiser, as well as lots of giveaways, so check that out. Pro Wabash County will be having an information booth on Miami Street about the Imagine 185 project. We've got lots of food trucks coming tonight. Emmett's Paddy Wagon will be at the Veterans Plaza, and Giorgiano's Barbecue will be on Canal Street. Kona Ice and Flora and Lily's Mexican Kitchen will be parked on Miami Street, and Nick's Hot Dogs and Elephant Ears will be down at the museum parking lot. There's a lot of food options tonight in downtown Wabash, so Market Street Grill and Pizza King will be open until 10 p.m. tonight. Downtown Nutrition will have an open tab from New Song Church from 4 to 7 p.m., and White Rock Recreation will be serving ice cream until 9 p.m. The Charlie Creek Inn Wine and Cheese Shop will have beer flights and wine slushies, and Oh My Cakes will have edible cookie dough, cupcakes, and donuts to celebrate National Donut Day. Modocs Market is featuring new drinks, the Cotton Candy Frappe and the Dorothy, which is a red velvet frappe. Chapman's Wabash Tap Room will have pints to go, and they're going to feature the German Fest Schwarz beer. The Dance Experience is having a fundraiser dinner, and you can get a hot dog and chips and a drink. The Lighthouse Mission is having their ribbon cutting at 6 p.m. tonight, and they're having open house tours from 6 to 8. The Access Youth Center is having free drinks, snacks, and games, and information for you to check out. Thrift Delicious is featuring buy one get one free on their clothing racks, and Schlemmer's Fire and Outdoor is featuring 10% off their Traeger pellets. Wood and Ivy Boutique and Floral is having 20 to 40% off their clothing and shoes, and the Francis shop will be open until 6 p.m. Make It Your Own is now having open registration for Art Camp, which is June 21st through the 25th. The museum will be open until 8 p.m. and the admission is $5 for adults and $3 for kids. Also, Museum on the Go kits will be available. Bluebird Boutique will be having a gift certificate promo, $5 off $50 or $10 off $100. Birdie J's is celebrating their 2-year anniversary with giveaways and 15% off the Fill a Bag sale, as well as 40% off clearance. Borders and Beyond will have 15% off a custom frame, and the Eclectic Shop will have live music with Abby and Thomas Lambright, as well as lots of new items for you to check out. Ellen's Bridal and Dress Boutique will be featuring custom beaded peacock jewelry, and C&J Racks will be having 40% off sidewalk sales, as well as some giveaways. The Visit Wabash County Welcome Center will be having $15 select art prints. Bella Zoe will be having an extra 50% off clearance, and JoJo's Olfactory & Company will be having a paint and pour special. Kelly Weiner Design will have her showroom open for you to go in and check out. The trolley will be running tonight, so make sure you hop a ride on that. And tonight at the drive-in, Corella is playing. It starts at 9:45 and gates open at 8 p.m. Since this month's first Friday is all about the arts because of Paint the Plow, we're going to give away a gift basket with the theme of art supplies. So there's tons of goodies in there, and how you enter this giveaway is going to all of the downtown businesses that are art inspired. So you're gonna go to the Dance Experience, Make It Your Own, Kelly Weiner Design, Filament Tattoo Company, JoJo's Olfactory & Company, and Borders and Beyond, and you're gonna get a signature or a stamp from them. And once you're all done and have those filled out, as well as your name, email, phone, and zip code, then you're gonna bring it back down to our office for your turn-in, and you will be entered into the giveaway. Our address is 189 South Miami Street. The Shop Hop is also happening now through June 30th. Make sure you enter that for your chance to win $100 to spend in downtown Wabash. So the shops that you're going to want to go to get the stamp and then your name and phone number, and then turn it back into one of the businesses or Bickford and Wabash. You're going to want to go to Modoc's Market, JoJo's Olfactory, Wood and Ivy, and the Eclectic Shop and get their signature or stamp for your chance to win $100 to shop in downtown Wabash. So that's all that's happening tonight in downtown Wabash. Hope to see you there. Bye!
On This Week in Wabash, Bev Ferry joins us from Living Well in Wabash County. And Bev, things started happening at the beginning of this week. It's June.
June 1st, we had our first advanced yoga with Cindy Yance. The thing is, a lot of people wanting advanced will drive to Fort Wayne or, at least an hour away. They don't have to. They can come to the senior center. So it's every Tuesday at 5:30 in the evening. And there are a lot of we have a good sized class, and just try it out. If you're one of those that's driving so far to get your class, try the senior center. Cindy charges $10 per session, and there's a discount pass. So I would encourage people to try that. What's it going to hurt? Try it once.
Right.
She has a good following. And then also, actually, this is coming up, but line dancing. Now,
okay.
Line dancing is popular. You go to any event in Wabash County, or maybe even elsewhere, and people are going to eventually, if you've got a DJ or whoever, they're going to be line dancing.
When I think of line dancing in Wabash County, I think of Sherry.
She is. Oh, that's who does our line dancing.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, good. 'Cause that's the only one I'd want to learn from. She's good.
Exactly. Plus, they are fun. So it is Wednesday, and this is the first one coming up this Wednesday at 8:30 to 10:30. And so that's a nice little workout. And they have fun. And I'm going to tell you, they rock the building with that country music. No matter where you are in the building, you can hear it.
That's great. Sherry Wakefield. Sherry Wakefield is the host of that, right?
Yep. Sherry Wakefield. And then what we do is it's inside on the linoleum in the main room. And it's a good class. You get a workout. You don't realize you're getting a workout, but you are. And that class is free. And then we have Low Impact Fitness, which is with MJ, and that's free. So for people who don't join somewhere else, don't belong to one of those big clubs or whatever, this is a good alternative. But here's the other thing. By participating weekly with the same people and coming to the senior center, you do develop bonds.
Yeah. And
then if you do other things with, like say Sam's First Thursday concerts, the more you come, the more you develop that feeling of a family. And someone once told, it was Ellis, and I think I've probably mentioned it before, but Ellis, I asked him one time, Ellis, why the senior center? There are other places you could be. Why the senior center? And he said, because it is coming home. For some reason, it is different here than other places.
Wow.
And exercise is a great way to do it.
Yeah. And he's an active guy, man. Is he still bowling too?
I think so.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, he was still playing euchre. So he didn't let that stop him.
No.
Wasn't doing it here.
Yeah. No,
but
he's a euchre guy.
We are also this last week, euchre started back.
Nice.
Now, there is no way for us to socially distance euchre.
Right.
So you're going to be, on a four-top, card table. But we encourage people to come but they need to know that they need to have been vaccinated because they'll be around people and handling the same cards and all that. Right. So that is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we're moving it a little bit earlier to 11:30.
Gotcha.
And while we have all of these first, people think, well, are you serving lunch? We're still not doing any meals inside, and that is up to Area 5, and so that's their comfort level. And that's the thing about the pandemic. It's your comfort level. in this post period. So you grab and go. And if you want to have that fellowship with other people, we've got a picnic table outside, or you can go into the park with some of your friends that are also grabbing and going, and have your lunch there, and then come on back to the senior center for euchre or whatever else we're doing, like one of the Thursday programs.
Nice. So that's just the start of June and everything. And again, you still got the transit going on. Any updates on the transit?
TSA is still requiring us to have a mask. Okay. So we don't have, everyone, and please don't argue with the drivers. Please support the drivers. They don't really want to wear a mask any more than anybody else, but it's a TSA requirement, just like on an airplane.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to mention before we take off?
Oh, yes, another first. This week, we started our pantry back as client choice.
Nice.
So client choice means instead of us putting it out because of the pandemic for them, they still make an appointment and they come at their appointed time to the door, and they walk in, and we've got hand sanitizer right there for them, and they can pick out, they look at the, they can look at the meat counter and see what they want from that, and, make those choices. And it's just a nice way for them. So they pick whatever they want, they pick it. And there are selections. But so this week was the very first week since, since a year ago that we're back to client choice. And we really like the client choice part because people know best what they'll eat, maybe with their family. They know what's in their kitchen already.
That's
so
awesome.
Works.
That's awesome.
Well, first.
Thank you for the first. That's awesome. And we will talk to you again next week on This Week in Wabash.
I look forward to it.
Thanks, Bev.
You're welcome.
Tune in again next Friday for another edition of This Week in Wabash. And also check out the radio program on Sunday mornings at 9 right here on 1059thebash.com and 1059 The Bash Radio.